Hello, I'm Nolan Shook, and this is my English final on the American problem of homelessness and the substance abuse that comes with it. Let's start with the definition. The definition of homelessness is of a person without a home, and therefore typically living on the streets. Why does this problem exist? I live in Colorado, so for this section I'm going to be using Colorado as an example. The cost of living in Colorado is overbearing and actually remarkable, with increasing cost of rent and nearly impossible payments with pay at minimum wage. According to Colorado Department for Local Affairs, for one person being paid minimum wage to afford a one-bedroom apartment, they would have to work 42 hours in a week. This is only for rent. I said 42, but it's actually 72, which is a lot motherfucking bigger. Colorado is only 17th for highest cost of living, meaning that unless you're rich in Hawaii, other states have it much worse. This is only the biggest cause. Other causes include gaining addiction to prescription drugs, fleeing from domestic violence, mental and physical illness, and relationship problems such as breaking up or divorce, and getting kicked out of the house. Alright, here's a brief history on the problem. Homelessness stems back to after the Civil War, when the invention of railroads happened. This started the act of riding rails, where people would hop on trains in search of jobs. These people were called tramps. This started to fall off soon as the loyalty and consistency of workers started to become more valuable to employers. As industrialization and urbanization started to take off, people gained more jobs, until the Great Depression, when homelessness was at its peak, with many communities of homeless appearing around America. This stopped as World War II came around, seriously putting Americans to work. Now, who does this problem affect? This problem mainly affects the homeless people, but it also affects residents in high cost of living areas such as Denver, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Boston, New York, Seattle, etc., with less wealthy people being at risk of homelessness. This problem also affects the general population by making streets more dangerous, with needles, trash, drugs, and unstable civilians appearing on once peaceful and clean streets, while also using lots of resources and tax dollars that could be used otherwise. According to the U.S. Housing and Urban Development Department, between shelters, emergency rooms, and jails, it costs about $40,000 a year for a homeless person to be on the streets. Here is a chart by the Corporation for Supportive Housing showing resources that would be saved by achieving 80% stable housing. Now on to possible solutions. The most obvious solution would be for the government to set up systems to help people in need of affordable housing get affordable housing. But other things must take place first. A UCLA study shows that 80% of homeless that are not living in spaces meant for human habitation report having mental illness, while 75% of those homeless report having substance abuse. While substance abuse is only a small cause of homelessness, it is a significant effect of homelessness. Many people use drugs or alcohol to cope with the troubles that come with being homeless. By putting someone struggling with substance abuse into an empty space alone, you are only putting that person in danger. Therefore, the best solution is to put more focus on the rehabilitation of homeless and spending more effort on helping them overcome their addiction before putting them into a household. After successful rehabilitation and acquiring a home, the government then also must have the responsibility to help find that person 2 full-time jobs to keep up with their new life. Because this is a YouTube video, I have to sign off by telling everyone to subscribe and like and comment and all that good stuff. That's all. I'm Nolan Shook. That was my YouTube video. Have a nice life.